Hi there, and welcome to my social media marketing audit and review of North Point Cinemas. So, let's look at who North Point is. They're a local movie theater here in Warsaw, Indiana. They're a monopoly in Warsaw because you have to drive at least 40 minutes to get to the next theater. After the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw a large decline in people attending theaters. Their competitors consist of the main disruptors in the streaming industry. These are Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. Looking at the current infrastructure of their content, North Point Cinemas is using Facebook and Instagram to post the majority of it. On Facebook, they have 5,082 likes. They average 1 to 100 likes per post, depending on what it is, and they are still active to this day. On Instagram, they have 270 followers, 2 to 9 likes per post, and they're not active since last year. As far as their Instagram content goes, they have a high focus on movie content and not the customer experience. As you can see in these two images, they have a low engagement rate of 4 and 8 likes per post, and it's mainly focused on the content of the movie. Whereas this post, they have more of an engagement on their post catered to the experience. You can see that they got 29 likes on this, whereas an image of popcorn and cotton candy, something that the movie theater offers. Something that caught my eye was the check-in feature on Facebook. This accumulates back to when they first joined the platform, but they had a large number of 33,924 total check-ins. So, the big question is going to be, how can we use social media to get people back to watching movies in a theater? Before we can answer that question, let's build some buyer personas of potential customers that North Point might be offering their services to. First being Deb. Deb is a 35-year-old mother of 3 who works from home. Even though she might not want to go to the movies, her kids do, and Deb will do anything that her kids ask. She drives a minivan and lives in a secluded neighborhood. Her household income is $150,000 a year, and she uses Facebook for 3+ hours a day. On the other hand, we have Rick. Rick is a 28-year-old male interested in video games and fixing computers. He works in IT for a small business in town, making $40,000 a year. Rick will select a cinema based on the location, not the company's brand. Rick already knows what movie he wants to watch before he looks up for tickets online. His primary social media is Twitter and Reddit, but he will use Instagram if he remembers. If he has a date, his first thought is to go to the movie theater to see a horror or sci-fi film. While posting on your Instagram and Facebook channels, you need to keep these 4 points in mind: services, advantages, children, and atmosphere. To break these 4 points down, we can look at them as this. For services, this would include your concessions, popcorn, drinks, and then the movie tickets that you're selling. These are the things that you offer to the customer and that they can gain from being at North Point Cinema. The advantages. When you're watching a movie at home versus when you're watching at a theater, the advantages are astronomical. In a theater, you're exposed to a huge projector screen and the surround sound content. You're fully able to immerse yourself into the film that you're watching. This is a large advantage that theaters have over at-home viewing. Something else that you need to consider is children. Children play a large influence in the decision-making of their parents. If the parents don't really want to go to a movie, but the child does, most likely they're going to want to make that child happy. So, you need to focus on content that also caters to your children, since we are seeing a large incline of people joining social media platforms at a younger age. Another key point to focus on is your atmosphere. Once you walk into the movie theater, or even getting out of the house, you're fully exposed to a different type of environment. You're most likely to awaken different senses and enjoy the movie more when you're at a different location than your house. So, focusing again on the surround sound and all the advantages, this would include all the stuff that would be in your atmosphere. If North Point's social media was to shift in a direction that focuses more on these 4 topics, I would expect to see a larger interaction from their audience, along with a more consistent attendance. We were asked to create a social media mission statement. For North Point Cinemas, I thought this best suit them. To remind and encourage potential customers that the movie watching experience will be enhanced at North Point Cinemas. Again, the question, how do we do this? You need to focus on the experience inside of your social media channels. This will give you the upper hand before a potential customer is deciding on what sale to make between you or your competitors. The experience will combine the 4 points that we previously made. To help break this down for you, I've created a social thought funnel. This thought funnel will mimic the thought process of an individual scrolling on Instagram when they happen to come across one of your posts. For example, something that you guys posted back in 2020. It's a picture of a movie that's coming out in theaters, and the caption says, "The Hunt will have its first showing tomorrow, March 12th at 7:30. Check out our website to get tickets for future times." Here's going to be the thought process of someone who sees this post. Your potential customer is scrolling and sees your post. They engage by spending time gathering information from your post, but mostly focusing on the image. They consider their options of where they can view the movie, North Point, HBO Max, or on demand. The reason they're considering their options in this state of mind is because right now, focusing on the image, all they see is the content from the movie. They're not focused on the experience, more as they're focused on just the movie. They search for pricing and information, finding which option best suits them. They come to the conclusion that watching at home will be cheaper and more convenient, so they use their HBO Max account to rent a movie. You lose your customer to a streaming platform because you lack the experience side of your social media. On the other hand, here's an image that I created. It's a child watching a movie, and the expression on their face just says the whole caption for you. Did you see those graphics in the new Clifford movie? If you haven't, you don't want to miss out. Come in and be amazed with the Clifford the Big Red Dog in 3D. We use hashtags and also an engaging caption that asks a question that pulls the customer in and then giving them information that they want. You can also use a prime post time like 6 o'clock p.m., which would best suit you and your audience. For this would be the social thought process of someone who's engaging with your post. Your potential customer is scrolling and sees your post. They engage by spending time gathering information on your post, but mostly focusing on the image. These 2 points are the same as before. Here's what changes. They consider the idea of taking their kids to see the movie. Now, where this changes, the first image was the picture of the movie. The second image is a picture of a child. Now, they're not really concentrated on the movie. They're more focused on their child and the experience side of North Point Cinemas. They search your website for information on showtimes. They act by taking their kids to the movie and converting a sale for you. Your customer is reminded again of the feelings and enjoyment that comes from the experience of being at a theater. Now that we know who North Point's ideal customer is, and we use that information to create their social media mission statement, we can create content. Some things to remember when creating content. You want to focus on forms of content that align with your social media mission statement that I've provided before. Keep it simple and engaging. Quality goes further than quantity, so make sure that you understand that and create content that caters to your audience. Here's an example of an Instagram layout grid that I've created. You can see that I've used a consistent theme, enhancing the reds, but also keeping it dark for that cinematic theme. To take it a step further, you can include the checkerboard theme, and you can just do this by alternating posts between experience images and movie images. Here are a few examples of posts with captions. The first one, "This girls' night out just got hilarious. The French Dispatch is a great movie to watch and see with some friends." You can see that we use some hashtags like movie theater, small business, French Dispatch, and the image itself is focusing more on the experience, showing some girls with a smile, eating some popcorn, but also the caption is incorporating the movie itself. Another example, super simple image, just some popcorn. Pop, 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 popcorn. Butter lover or not, come in and get some. We offer curbside service pickup as well. Hashtag movie theater, small business, popcorn. Super simple, but the one thing you can remember is that the popcorn at a movie theater tastes so much different than the popcorn that you can get at home. Again, focusing on the services, the advantages that the movie theater has to offer over at home. Another really key thing to focus on is your promotional opportunities. This itself will build your clientele along with your engagement and following on Instagram or Facebook. Here's a post that I made in about 5 minutes on Canva, just using a stock image they had provided, and then I threw some text on it and your logo. The caption, "How would you like to win the ultimate date night? The winner of this package gets 1 free large combo, 2 free tickets to any movie of their choosing, and 2 free candy items." Then you'd have your steps. Follow on Instagram, like, and tag a friend. Key engagement opportunities. Other images to consider would be these 3 below. On the far left is a picture of a lady sitting in a vacant theater. This is a huge opportunity for you guys to convert some sales. Have the opportunity to rent out theaters and promote that on your online platforms. You can just really run a simple advertisement on Facebook and Instagram and be amazed at the opportunities and what people actually want to do. The location of your business is one of the most important features of your business because people actually have to come to you to make a sale. So, you want to post a picture of your location, maybe some inside pictures as well, showing your clean environment, the atmosphere that people want to be at. Again, on the far right, another simple image like the popcorn. Something you can snap on your phone or even a camera if you have one, throw that preset on there, and boom, you have a simple image of services that you guys can provide. Other key points to consider: you want to invest in a social media management tool. I recommend Planoly as a content scheduler, which is pretty much something where you can lay out your posts for the week, schedule a time and insert the captions, and it will automatically post it for you. I also recommend using Asana, which, to take it a step further, you have the option for someone to approve your posts if you guys decide in the future to have a marketing manager of some sort. I also recommend using Facebook Ads Manager. You can create posts like the one to rent out a theater, run an ad, and track the analytics on your post. So, since we covered a fair amount of information, let's recap and look at the main points. When posting, focus on services, advantages, children, and the atmosphere. Keep a consistent theme while posting content that caters to the buyer personas and the customer. So, we covered a lot of information, but let's look at the main key points to consider when going to post on your social media platforms. When posting, focus on your services, advantages, children, and the atmosphere. Keep a consistent theme while posting content that caters to your buyer persona and your customer. Take advantage of your promotional opportunities like giveaways or renting out theaters. Stay active and engage. Like, comment, share, repost, post on your stories. Engage, engage, engage. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Luke Delp, or you can email me at delpl@grace.edu. Thank you again.